welcome back to Golden Treasure, the Great Green. Puppy Haru is back, and, you know, we're just gonna continue reading through this and playing this game. Oh no. Destruction. The horrible stillness of a body empty of spirit. The noble red essence of a great kin, shed not in a true dance of destruction, but trapped, tortured, the confusion, the pain. In the synergy between its scent and yours, you know without doubt this was the great being who instructed you as the voice. This was one of your creators. Papa? Its rhythm is now silenced, its songs forever stilled. Already tiny spirits of decay infest the vast body, feeding off of its, reducing it to a void. Something clawing at you from within, straining at your heart bone and flooding your mind. Fear and rage and shuddering nausea overtake you one after another, growing and withering within. You feel yourself instinctively belch fire seed into the back of your throat, only just managing to swallow it again, denying it the chance to explode into a searing flame to consume the things which now sing and dance near the ruins of one who created you. The things, what are they? There is something wrong with them, something very, very wrong. They seem to have more than one skin, some of them belonging to other animals. The brightness of their body heat is darkened by the cold, dead hides they cover themselves with. There is something strange about their oily scents, something familiar, but alongside that, something completely other, like no true animal. They clutch the strange things in their forepaws, which you cannot identify, though they reek of the blood of trees, but most horrifyingly, they have no tails. They are tailless. You are split inside, the air within you screaming to run away as fast as you can from this place, and the fire within urging you to destroy these no-tails. Decide quickly. I'm going to flee. There's too many of them. I'm still a baby. I need to get stronger. You flow rapidly through the underbush, scrambling over rotting tree corpses and crashing through shrubs, until there is no trace of either scent or sound of the no-tails. They seem to possess some kind of terrible magic, which allows them to cause harm even from far away. Again, this seems wrong beyond all possible definition of the word. Is not all order in the world dependent on the simple fairness of having to destroy your enemies with your own body? Perhaps the bizarre things are beyond your ability to deal with as a hatchling. You resolve to grow stronger so you can bring destruction to them and all their mishappen kind. Avoid the no-tails at all costs, keeping safely away. Attempt to learn and imitate their strange magic. I'll grow stronger so that you can bring... No. Maybe I can attempt to learn and imitate their strange magic. You will need to take some dangerous chances, but perhaps you can learn their way. You try standing on your hind legs as they do, but though it briefly frees your forepaws, that proves to be an unstable position for you. The thought of covering your beautiful body with the skins of other animals seems wrong. Perhaps there is power there, though. There is too much to think about. You lack information, and your core is empty, and needs to be filled. For now, you must turn to other things, but perhaps there will be other opportunities to learn about the No-Tails. I've gained some air mastery, earth mastery, fire mastery, water mastery. I have gained all the mastery. I am the Avatar. You feel something small striking your armor. You turn to see what it is and find nothing. But then it happens again. And again. It is not painful, but it is annoying. Eventually, you realize that this must be rain, the sacred water of the sky, which sometimes falls to bless the Great Mother, of which you were told while still in the chamber. Soon, rain is falling everywhere, tumbling and vaulting off of leaves and sliding merrily down the grass. It makes it hard to smell and taste the air, and perturbs you as it spatters against your armor. You find shelter in what used to be the den of a family of fur beasts. Their scent lingers only on the edge of your conscience. Excuse me? And they must have been gone for many suns, or even moons. You dig it slightly deeper and broader with your claws and then settle in, watching rain's downward dive. Yes, this should suffice for now. Surely grander lairs await you in the future, but you feel comfortable and safe in Earth's body. At last, you have a moment to think. You pause, considering your situation. No trace of the No-Tails can be smelled near your den. Explore the valley, find treasures, and seek the entrance to the Great Green. Your body is in fine condition, your abilities are unaffected by any wounds, you are hungry, your core sings growling a song of emptiness. You remind yourself duty as a destroyer of life. The bubble inspires you, very slightly, increasing all 4 elements. Sweet. What's that do? Nothing. You may also draw your thoughts toward any treasures or artifacts you have found. Bing. My bubble! There is little there now, but if you survive and are bold yet wise, you will gather many. Perhaps some will even have strange and wondrous powers. Here you can recall the many denizens of the Great Green you will meet. As you explore, hunt, and survive, your knowledge of each of the many tribes and peoples of good beasts will grow, and their secrets will be revealed to you. And if you wish to leave the waking dream of this life and return to your other reality, or change certain aspects of this one, you will find such thoughts here. Your progress will automatically be saved and remembered, so do not fear the void. Okay, that's just telling me things. Your relationship with the Great Four, the elements which make up reality, will be your key to survival. At any time, you may draw your thoughts toward the elements to more clearly comprehend their gifts. Each element bears a sigil which will grow and change as you gather more of the infinite truths of the world to yourself, and each governs a different aspect of your abilities. The fire element governs your physical strength and ferocity, as well as the power of your fiery breath. The water element governs your perception, empathy, flexibility, and stealth. The earth element governs endurance, health, and fortitude. The more you understand and imitate this element, the more patient and difficult to destroy you will become. The air element governs quickness and intellect. Agility of both body and mind belong to this sphere. As you grow in understanding and experience, your degree of enlightenment within the 4 elements will increase. Each degree brings gifts. By recalling Each specific element, you can remember which gifts you have earned and what temporary factors, such as injuries, may be affecting it. Earning gifts is not affected by temporary effects, and only when your natural level of enlightenment is high enough will you gain new abilities. Already, your actions and decisions have strengthened your connections and granted you certain advantages, such as you have achieved the first grade of mastery in the fire element. You now use Power Strike, a physical attack which deals heavy damage. If you win okay. You've achieved you can now use Flowing Strike, Water Technique, which does light physical damage and may do additional damage based on the enemy's fire attribute. You may now Brace in combat, which does not harm your opponent but greatly reduces incoming damage. This also gives you a chance to observe the foe. I'm second grade, okay. You have learned how to burrow through Earth's body, and enemies which hide underground can no longer easily escape from you. You may now use Swift Strike, a clawing airstrike which deals light physical damage and may harm your opponent before it has a chance to harm you. You have learned the art of wind reading. When you begin a hunt, you will be informed of how long you have before prey catches your scent. Sweet. There are many ways to increase these masteries, such as learning secrets, observing nature, and imitating the qualities of the elements. By making choices and discovering new things, you will grow in your understanding of the elements of reality. Remember that failure is a far better teacher than success. Mistakes and losses bring with them the best lessons. If you lose a challenge, you may suffer in the short term, but your elemental abilities are likely to increase. Certain treasures and gifts may also affect your elemental affinities. This cozy nook is a good place to rest. If your body has been damaged, it will slowly mend on its own. But spending a sun resting here will greatly increase the speed at which you recover. A few scratches will not hinder you, but any significant wound will impact your ability to hunt, to fight, and even to think clearly. The rain has passed, and the grate above has cleared. But the world is darkening. Night must be approaching. You slip out of your den to investigate. You emerge in time to see your first sun ending, and as he dies in scarlet glory, new, smaller illuminations are born in the opposite corner of the sky. By the time sun has gone completely, they dominate the great above, a parade of holy light marching in a slow, circled dance. You are taught of the stars while still in the chamber, but seeing them with your own eyes is a true wonder. Each of the stars has a color and a brightness not quite like any other. Some are red as the body of fire, some green as the grasses of earth, some blue as the deeps of water, some white as the clouds of the air. Some stand quietly, firm in their color, and some sparkle and flash, shimmering gaily. Even in the great above, the four sacred elements hold their being. A cool wind blows over you, ruffling your feathers. Ruffling your feathers. Inspiration is striking. You feel compelled to let your voice ring out in song. What shall you sing? Sing the great hymn to earth. I sing of the greatness of earth. That which sustains and supports, which nurtures and orders. I sing of the earth beneath my claws, body of bodies, who birthed all things from her own sacred flesh, who gives us a place to rest, to live, to fly amidst the void. I sing of the earth within, the solid, structured order of the body, strength of my scales, solidness of bone, hills and valleys of my flesh, growing greater with every sun, every turning. I sing of earth, which silently abides forever, resisting destruction, and without boundary. I am a mighty mountain, patient, immovable, and serene. Other beings see my greatness from afar, and their souls are filled with awe and wonder. I may be scarred, but never overthrown. My armor is stone, my feathers are trees. Praise to Earth, who carries us all, and who does not feel the weight, who teaches us to outlive that which vexes us, to see the slow, still solution and miss the clamor of complexity, to walk as one eternal in this ephemeral world. Praise to Earth, which is, was, and shall be. The nearby hills echo your song back to you, as if blessing you with their tranquility and fortitude. Let patience and wisdom be your guides. They seem to sing, be like one of us, above and yet below, around and yet within. You've gained a large amount of earth mastery. Your first sun is at an end, and it was more than you could have imagined. Even with your creator's instruction, sleeping in your lair is almost like being back in the chamber. But now you know too much. Your mind wanders from thought to thought, seeking to guide itself. Your hopes and fears toss you back and forth, scraping you uncomfortably between that was and what might have been. You see your creator lying silent before the no-tails, the chattering, screeching voices barking something incomprehensible, as the red kin essence spreads along the ground. The white-black mocks you as you look on. You feel the dread 1-2 stomping of the tailless near you, upon you, over you. You slide underneath the mountains to hide from them, but there are tailless everywhere, smaller and stone-skinned underground, tall and willowy in the woods, coarse and shouting in the flatlands. It is not your precious essence they seek to shed, however. They are roaring for the flesh of something else, something older, and more powerful than even a great kin. You wake briefly, and your second sleep is far less troubled. Time for morning! A new sun dawns, climbing laboriously over the mountains. Today you must emerge and seek your destiny. As you do, you may encounter many new things. You have not yet used your body to hunt and fight, nor have you ventured far from this makeshift den. Do you wish to learn of these things in depth, or do you wish to dive headlong into your destiny without such lessons? So we'll begin the tutorial, which will teach you the ways of survival. Well, I need to learn. The water which fell from the sky prevented you from fulfilling your mission of destruction, and your call cries out for flesh. Perhaps a hunt would be wise. It is, however, also tempting to explore more of this beautiful world in which you find yourself. Exploring your territory will reveal new opportunities, challenges, treasures, hunting grounds, and more. How will you spend this, your second sun? Well, I need to get some food. I need to get some food, so I wish to taste the essence of others. It's time to hunt. The wood just outside your den seemed replete. I can't read. Replete. Whatever. With the presence of lesser good beasts. It should not take long to find one. Ah, yes. This is one of the small furry beasts whose scent calls to you. The kin call it a tree tail, in honor of its close relationship with trees and its luxurious, expressive tail. It is small, but it will do. Understanding the music of your partner in the dance is vital. Begin by examining the tree tail more closely. Understanding, any good beast such as you can easily sense how much fire there is in the essence of another. Fire influences physical might, and how dangerous an opponent will be in the dance of destruction, which some call combat. If they are strong in this element, beware, you may catch them, only to find that they are quite capable of destroying you instead. As you can see, this is not a great concern when it comes to tree tails, as the gem is empty and not even a small part of the sigil of fire is shown. This is your opponent's water affinity. The more complex the water sigil, the keener the prey's senses, and the more difficult they will be to approach without discovery. The Earth Spear represents health and resilience. Being strong in this element will not easily surrender its essence. Great effort will surely be required to bring something great in Earth to destruction. Beings with high Earth will possess a strong will, and so even indirect attempts to harm one will fail unless the attacking element is even higher. Once again, tree tails compared to other large prey are not very difficult to bring down at all, provided you can get your claws on them. This is your opponent's air affinity. Note that it seems to have a little mastery in it, indicating that it is slightly quick. Compare this with your own air ability to see how difficult it would be to chase. Prey with high air affinity may be all but impossible to chase down and must be defeated by other means. Although you can sense roughly how attuned to each element a being may be and where their strengths lie, only by testing your abilities directly against them can you be sure of their skills. Be aware that many things possess special abilities which allow them to survive upon Earth. Tree tails, for example, have the ability to climb, and so attempts to pursue them from far away will automatically fail. They will be able to reach a tree and scurry to safety. Only attempt to chase them after approaching as near as you can. A good way to begin a hunt is by stalking your prey, silently attempting to draw as close as you can without being noticed. The water element. The water element, which governs the senses, is your greatest asset here. The more powerful your connection to that element, the more silently you can move. Size also plays a role in stalking. If you are larger than your prey, you will be at a disadvantage, and if smaller, at an advantage. Your prey has surely developed keen senses of its own in order to avoid destruction by predators such as you. To successfully close the distance without alerting it, your water mastery must be greater than the tree tails. This one smells old and weak, ripe for consumption. It is time to put your skill to the test. Silently draw near. Yes, you are now much closer, close enough to smell its fur, its personal scent, even its nut-tinged breath. Charging at it now is tempting, but you also find yourself fascinated as you watch it forage for food. It moves in a particular way, not quite like that of any other good beast, and in observing it, you may learn something. Oh, keep still and observe. Yes, already you are learning. Nature is an excellent teacher. If you hunt and observe each prey enough, you may gain a glimpse of their deeper truth, and in finding it, incorporate it into your own way, and become stronger. But you have sensed enough. You hunger for its tender flesh, and thirst for its crimson essence. If you strike now, you might succeed in the chase, but perhaps you could draw even closer. So near now, and your prey is still completely ignorant of the shadow of destruction which falls upon it. If you strike at it with all of your speed and strength, it will not stand a chance. Wait for the two circles to become one, and then act quickly. Did I get it? The hapless tree tail barely even has time to realize that you are there before you crunch its small bones in your jaws, tasting its perfect essence as you crush it several times and finally swallow it. Its flesh and its spirit will now become part of your own, granting you precious energy. You feel pride in your own skill and gratitude to the tree tail in equal measure. This is right. This is the way of all things. You have gained some energy. Ah, another one. Your core urges you on. You must have more. If you are to grow great. The last one was old and weak. Its senses dull. Not this one, however. Destroying it will be more of a challenge. A chase at this range against an animal which can climb trees is hopeless. Draw nearer, as before. You have managed to draw nearer, but although you remain hidden in the tall grass, your prey has heard rumor of your approach from a rather noisy twig you stepped on. Is now suspicious of you. All is not lost, however. Perhaps if you remain still and observe, there is a chance that the tree tail will lower its guard. You have waited for a few precious moments, but the tree tail still suspects that danger may be near. When you wait and observe an opponent with suspicion has been aroused, there is a chance that it will return to its way each time, but it is not guaranteed. Each individual animal is different, and fortune plays a role. Wait just a little longer. Yes, there. It seems satisfied that it is not in danger, and has lowered its guard again. Any movement from you while it was suspicious would surely have caused it to flee. Waiting silently when your prey becomes suspicious may cause it to relax in time, but beware. Each moment that passes brings your scent closer to it on the winds, and once it smells you, it will surely try to escape. You must stalk your prey quietly, yet quickly, before your scent is caught. This tree tail's senses are obviously keener than the last. If drawing this close made it suspicious, trying to draw even closer will surely alert it. If your prey begins the chase, you will be at a disadvantage. Yes, I'm getting chased by a squirrel. It's a ferocious beast. You will be at a disadvantage, so you must now seize the initiative and attack. The surprise should give you a few precious instants that you need. It notices you and flees. Chase after it. What? Oh, I have to do. There we go. Okay. That's how a chase works. As you feel the luscious body of yet another tree tail move slowly down your craw, the joy of pure wholesome destruction again sinks in. This is the dance of destruction, the fight for survival, which all beings dance with each other, and it is good, it is as it should and must be. And I will leave that here. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you liked, hit that like button. All that spiel. I'm not gonna really bother too much into it. I don't like doing it. Anyway, I hope you guys take care of yourselves and have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.